so much for joining us on the call. Just get your thoughts on the win against USF, please. Maybe a few words about Sam's performance in making the another walk-off kick, and what you expect to see as you face Temple at home on Saturday, please.
Well, it was a really tough game. We didn't have a whole lot of things going right for us, both offensively and defensively. Didn't play very clean at all. Obviously, to their credit as well, they played really well defensively. I think especially in the first half, and then offensively they were good and efficient at moving the ball a little bit and creating some big plays. We came out the second half and found a way to turn some momentum and energy around. A lot of it had to do with our special teams, not just Sam. Sam did a great job, obviously, a clutch field goal early on, and then in the second half, and then obviously the clutch field goal for the game winner to end the game. But a lot of things went into that. I think the special teams in general, our ability to kick off team to start the second half with a ball on the 12-yard line, as well as our punt team to down 2 balls inside the 10-yard line. I think we had 6 explosive plays in our special units that we kind of evaluate, and they gave us the opportunity with the block punt again for the 4th week in a row. Well, for 3, but should be 4. The league still has not acknowledged that Ethan Tuckey blocked his 3rd punt against ECU, which I think we got to do some way, somehow. Our league's got to step in and take a peek at the video and make it right for a kid. We try to give as much as we possibly can to our kids, especially in this world today where everybody else gets a lot. The things they do earn, we got to get. But our special teams have made a huge impact. They're going to need to down the stretch here. We're going to face a really good Temple football team. To me, the strength of them up front defensively, and then offensive line, their ability to run the football, but also to take shots down the field. So it's going to be an incredible challenge for us. And we got to play a lot better in order to have a chance.
Take questions for Coach Luke Fickell, please. *1 on your telephone keypad to join the queue, and the operator will introduce you.
We'll go first to Chris Fanini with The Athletic.
Hey, Luke, how's it going?
Hi, Chris. How we doing?
Good. Obviously, 2 of the last 3 weeks, you've been in tight ones, had to make a comeback, had to make a field goal late. You're saying you guys know you got to play better, but I imagine it's better to work through that coming off a win, at least?
It always is. I mean, we used to have the analogy, would you rather play bad and win or play good and lose? And nobody wants to lose. Nobody's crazy enough to say that sometimes. And, you might think it because, you want to see a progression to what you're doing. But hopefully our ability to learn from the mistakes that we make are a lot, not easier, but more apparent when you still have a good feeling because you found a way to win. But we know we've got a lot to do, and we've got a short time to do it.
What have your feelings been about the team's maybe focus and does playing Temple for the division title in Memphis next week kind of heighten that?
I think it does. Again, each and every week we know. It's going to be a focus thing. I don't think there was any chance of us overlooking UCF. We hadn't won down there. I think the stats were we had been down 150 to 20-some in the last 3 times we played down there. So it has nothing to do with our ability to overlook. I think it has more to do with our, just ability to be fresh. And I'm not saying that, we got to stop practicing, we got to take something off these guys. I just think that, a lot of these things kind of mount up towards the end of a season. And, the emotional wins, the way it happens, your ability to recover back from it. I don't think that we played with a whole lot of, emotion, I think, even in the first half. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's the late games. I don't know, exactly what it is. But I don't think it's focus. I just think that, we got to do a better job at making sure our kids are prepared to play from the get-go.
And this Temple game is another night game. Is there anything you guys are looking into or changing in terms of how you spend the day?
Yeah, the time. Yeah, we're looking into changing the time, but I don't think they're going to allow us to do that. So we have to do what we with what we do. I just think it's our ability to address it, recognize it, and be able to make some little subtle changes here and there.
Appreciate the time, Luke.
Thanks.
We'll go to Mark Malducci with Philadelphia Inquirer.
I was watching the game on TV on Saturday, and there was a mention about your quarterback. Is he able to throw 100%?
I don't know that for a fact just yet. I mean, we don't have practice yet. And Saturday he was. He just, just wasn't feeling it. He got a little bit, dinged early in the very first series of the game. But I would assume he'll be perfectly fine and ready to roll. It's, it hasn't, not like it's, hey, he's hurt. I think sometimes confidence-wise, we all get in those situations where it doesn't look as crisp and as clean, and it's tough on a quarterback. But give South Florida some credit. Now they did some things a little bit different and mixed it up on him and did a really good job at maybe even more confusing him and us than anything.
One other thing, just how big is Warren in this? He's obviously one of the best running backs in the conference and everything. You guys like to run the ball. Like, just how key is he in this game?
Well, Mike means so much to us, and not just his ability to rush the football, but his ability to create momentum and energy. The thing I really enjoy about what we've had is we've had an opportunity, especially in the last few weeks, to really kind of have a two-headed monster a little bit. Jared Dokes has really done a good job, and he's created some really big plays for us as well. And I think, hopefully that Mike hasn't had to carry the ball 35 times a game like he did last year. So a little bit less on his plate hopefully gives him a little bit more steam here down the stretch.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
We'll go to Sean Pastor with Owls Daily.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
How we doing?
Great. I was just curious, how far do you go back in watching Temple tape as you prep for this game? And on their defensive side, what did you see in them the last 2 weeks that they, 2 weeks prior to that, obviously didn't accomplish?
Well, I think they've created a lot more havoc with the guys up front. They have a really good front. They're aggressive, and I think that's probably, I don't know that they weren't in the few weeks before that where maybe they struggled a little bit more defensively. They played some really good offenses, and sometimes things kind of happen. But I think they've become a bit more aggressive up front and creating a lot of havoc. I think their linebackers are aggressive too. Guys that have played a lot of football, been there. That's like a deja vu. I see the same guys over and over again. It's the third time we played them. So sometimes you just got to get a little bit more comfortable. I think the new staff, maybe that's one of those things. But, when guys are coached well, you see them playing better as they get down the stretch, and I think that's where they are.
Okay, thanks.
Sure.
Next is Antonio Morales with The Athletic.
Hey, Luke. This is a bit off topic, but it's good. It's just a bit off topic, but it's been a week since Mike Bohn took over at USC. What would you describe as his greatest strength as an athletic director?
Oh, he's an energy guy. He is a very positive guy that creates and provides a lot of energy. And I think that's a big deal in our world today, because there's so many ups and downs, whether it's winning games or when you're dealing with hundreds and hundreds of student athletes and a lot of different things going on. Your ability to stay positive is really, to me, a difficult thing. It is as a coach, and it is as a leader in that situation, and Mike does a really good job of that.
And what do you remember from that hiring process when he hired you? What was the most memorable part of that?
I believe that he did his homework. That personally, I don't know that I ever talked to a search firm, and a lot of times, search firms are doing things, but I always felt like he had done a lot of studies and a lot of research, not just about me, but what was going to best fit the environment and the things that that he believed would be successful here at the University of Cincinnati. And I don't know that he listened to the opinions of everybody else. I'm sure he took some, but I think his ability to know and believe what would be successful here, because there's a lot of great coaches, but sometimes you just got to be in the right place, in the right position to be successful.
Thank you.
Sure.
Coach, we thank you as always for your time today. We look forward to hearing from you once again.
Thank you.